Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sean, also known as The Beast, and I thought I'd do something slightly different. Instead, I mean, it's still showing music, which is what we're here for, but instead of just showing new stuff that I bought and played in the last week or so, I thought I'd dig a few out of my collection that I don't remember seeing anybody mention them recently, at least. We're going back a couple of years for some of them, so without further ado, we'll get cracked on. Now, first up is Tribulation, Where the Gloom Becomes Sound. This is from 2021. It's their 5th full length, came out on Century Media, and it's classed as gothic metal from Sweden. It's sort of, their earlier stuff was a lot more frantic and bombastic and aggressive. This has got, the production on this is absolutely superb. The musicianship, everything about it is, you know, it's probably a 9.5 out of 10 album for me, if not a 10 out of 10 album. This is the arty-farty book version where the artwork and there's all the pictures of the gentleman and the lyrical content and another gentleman and stuff. But yeah, this is there's a richness to the sound of this album that enhances the enjoyment. The vocals, I think he's called Johannes. His vocals on this are, it's all 90% of it is clean singing, but don't let that distract you if you're I only listen to Cookie Monster stuff, because you're missing out, because this is an absolutely superb album. It's a double album. One vinyl is, well, it's supposed to be bone, but it's just bloody white, really, isn't it? And the second album, which is slightly different. Side A is the artwork, or a section of the artwork off the front cover, and side B is very much trippy to look at, but the sound quality on both vinyls is superb. I'm not the biggest fan of picture discs, I'm being brutally honest. We also get some art prints, which are the same that's obviously that's in the book. Not really something I'd stick on the wall, and trying my hardest not to rip the poster. Again, the 4 death masks of the gentleman in the band and the cover art. But like I say, it's a really, really good album. It's very melodic, it's melancholic, it's quite evocative in times. It's just a really, really good, solid album. If you've only heard the early stuff and you're a little bit unsure, I would say take a punt. If you're a massive die-hard fan of the early stuff, then it might not be for you. If you've never actually heard them, it might not be a bad starting off point. Then work back through the discography, because that's actually what I did, and I was surprised how much they've changed, and the sound of this and the whole lyrical content and musicianship and everything. It's really, really clever, and it's superb. Like I said, 9.5, if not 10 out of 10 album for me. So that's Tribulation, Where the Gloom Becomes Sound, from 2021 on Century Media. Next up is something slightly different. Now, this is Psy. They are from Japan, and this is classed as avant-garde black metal, but it's a lot more experimental than that. I can't even attempt to pronounce the singer's name. He's certainly not the best vocalist in the world. But this was a live recording that they did in 2022. And there's an accompanying CD, DVD. And listening to it, the vinyl, you sort of miss out on the theatrics of the stage show. However, the production on this is absolutely superb. And I believe they were going to release it as sort of like a straight to YouTube type. No fans there because it was during the lockdown and such like. But because they were so impressed with how it actually sounded and how it looked, they thought, well, we'll make some money out of it as well. But it's a really good, I mean, it's not an essential, you know, you don't need to own it if you're not a fan of Psy. But I think it's just on black wax, this one. Yeah, black wax. And it's, yeah, it's very, the music is really heavy, the production on it is really heavy, for considering it's filmed in a live setting. I say, his vocals aren't superb. The lady that comes on and sings with him, does the gutturals and stuff. She is absolutely crazy, but in a good way. They're a band, and I think they played at Damnation Festival last year over here in the UK. So I would like to see them live, because just watching the DVD and seeing the fun that they seem to have on stage performing, I think it'd be well worth the price of a ticket. I say it's not, you know, it's if you're not a fan of live records, I don't suppose this is going to change your mind in that respect. But if you're a bit of a completist and you like any of the other stuff, I think I started with their album that came out last year. Was it called Cheeky? I think, something like that. It was just a random buy, just, I don't know. Yeah, so I've checked into more of the stuff, and they're really, really clever. Again, they're not trying to be game changers or genre changers. Well, there's a few little interesting nuances, pianos and saxophones in avant-garde black metal. Well, certainly is, and it works. So yeah, if you, I mean, the CD quality, sound quality is just as good as the vinyl, and you get the DVD with it. So yeah, Psy. And that is the Eastern Forces of Evil. Next up, we are going way different genre completely. Now, I'm going to have to read quite a bit of this, because it's one of them ones where you think, I can say that word, till you try and say it. The band are called Traumatomy. They are from Japan and Russia. It's their third full length out on Go House Productions. It came out in 2021, and the album is actually called Extirpation Paradigms. Guaranteed I've absolutely butchered that. So this is full on, no messing, brutal, slamming death metal with Cookie Monster type vocals. It's unrelenting. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel like smashing your face into the floor while a rabid honey badger rips out your entrails and feasts on them, and you want a soundtrack to it, this is the kiddie. It's absolutely unrelenting. It's just pounding from start to finish. It's not super fast. You know, it's got a sort of mid-tempo to fast, but the blurt with a gentleman on, and the lyrics on the other side. Now, I think again this could possibly be black wax. Yep, it certainly is. But yeah, it's an album that you sort of put on when you're just in the mood for violent aggression, and you get what you need. I mean, the artwork itself, the artwork sort of epitomises what the sound of the music is, which really good, really clever. Again, they're not trying to branch out and make a different genre of death metal. It's just brutal slamming death metal. And if that tickles your fancy bits, give them a shout. Next up is an EP by the band called Front. The album is called, the EP is called Antichrist Militia. This came out in 2020 on Iron Bonehead Productions. They are from Finland and it is blackened death thrash. It's war metal, and well, as you can tell by the cover, it's war metal that is done really, really well. Now I think they've got a full length out. I don't know if it's prior to this or after this. This is the only one of theirs that I own at the moment. I picked this up for an absolute steal in my local record shop quite a while ago, and it's proper just balls to the wall, enjoyable music. Again, it's nothing groundbreaking, it's not an essential, oh you must own it, but if you see it somewhere in the wild, it's definitely worth picking up. In a sleeve with a gentleman looking all angry and shit. Lyrics on this side. We get a poster, I believe, of the artwork. So your proper YouTuber would have had these already opened. Yeah. With Lado preparing to do some damage with his tank. Once again, I believe this is on the obligatory black wax, and yeah, it's out. I said by Iron Bonehead Productions. It's a really, really good. About 25 minutes, 26 minutes, just flat out 100 mile an hour blackened thrash war metal. Well worth a listen if you see it anyway. So yeah, Front and Antichrist Militia. Next up is one of those shiny ones. It's Necro God, and the album is called In Extremis from 2021. I'm trying my damnedest not to get the glare, so you can guess that it's been released by Transcending Obscurity because of all this bloody shiny crap they put on them. This is a two-man project featuring the legend that is Roger Jonsson and the vocalist is Master Butcher. Now this is Swedish, Costa Rican death metal. This is absolutely slathered in the crunchy buzzsaw guitar sounds that a lot of us seem to love and enjoy. It's pretty pummeling, but there is a lot of really clever guitar work and the arrangements. There's enough to keep you constantly coming back to it. I've spun this week countless times. Again, apologies for the glare because bloody Transcending Obscurity do these daft vinyl, like waxy insert, shiny crap foil rubbish bollock things, and it's actually stopped me from buying quite a few records from there, to be fair. But that's just me. Yeah, it's old school sounding death metal, done really, really well. Now, obviously, with it being Transcending Obscurity, the chances of it being black vinyl are nil. The fact it's horrific. I mean, look at that. That's just no. There's just no need, is there? It's like, how many different colours can we put on a vinyl and still get some idiot to buy it? Yeah, there's one sat here, obviously. But yeah, musically, it's just old school death metal. Dirty, filthy and horrible, but done really, really well. The vocals on this are quite understandable, which for a lot of death metal, a rarity. But this is just, yeah, just really, really good old school death metal album. If you haven't heard it, give it a go. And that's Necro God in Extremis from 2021. Now last up, and certainly by no means least, is this absolute masterpiece. The band is called, now I apologise to anybody that knows how to speak properly, I would think it's Vouna, V-O-U-N-A. The album is called Atropos. This came out in 2021 on Profound Law Records. The lady that's responsible for it is called Jana Vekris. She hails from Washington, from Greek descent I believe. And this is atmospheric, blackened funeral doom, almost. This has got, there's certain albums that you pick up and you listen to them and you think straight away, wow. And then you can get bored of them albums. Occasionally, you think, it's hit me too quick, too fast. You play the ears off it, and then it just like sits on the shelf for years on end. This was an album that hit me straight away, and it has been in heavy rotation ever since. Not quite so sure about the Inner Gale gatefold with the sickle in, but now apparently Atropos was one of the Greek fates that cut the thread of time, which then means inevitably that everyone passes away. And it's how she foretells the story of this inevitability of us all passing on. Now, her voice is very soothing, and you sort of get lulled into a sense of false security and warmness and kindness when you're listening to the lyrics, and then you sort of understand what she's singing about. It's quite disturbing how nice her voice is compared to the subject matter that she's chatting on. It's an absolutely superb release. I believe she's got one other full length. I think this was the second one, so I need to get hold of the first one, but I've just never been able to find it anywhere where it was out having to sell the kidney or something. But yeah, it's I think this is on black vinyl. Black wax. It's a double album, but there's no point showing you the one because that's black as well. But yeah, some of her when her vocals change to the more expected black metal type shrieks, it's harrowing and it's quite disturbing. However, the rest of it, I mean, it fits with the record perfectly. This is a 10 out of 10. Well, I said the other one was 9.5 out of 10, possibly a 10. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. It's absolutely tremendous. I don't think I haven't heard anything recently, like if she's got anything else planned, or, but I really hope she has, because she's such a talented lady. And yeah, so if you fancy a bit of blackened funeral doom that tells a very morbid and melancholic story that takes you on a journey, then I can't recommend this high enough. It's an absolute superb release. So the 200 subscriber giveaway is going to be coming soon. There's a certain gentleman just done his for 300 and pinched one of my questions, so I'll have to change that. But to all the new subscribers and to anyone that's commented, thumbs up, thank you so much. It really is appreciated. Hopefully we'll have another video up sometime within the week. I've got quite a few gigs to go to this week, so we might be a little bit behind, but there's bound to be merch bought and stuff. So we've got stuff coming in left, right and centre. Just a quick shout out to Mattox Deep Shadows, one of the guys down south, like right down south where the kangaroos live. He's just passed 200 subs as I have, his channel is absolutely, if you're into black metal, which I'm not, or I wasn't, I've got quite a bit coming in through his channel. So I'll leave a link to his channel down below. Really cool guy, and he knows his shit as well. Not like one of us wafflers that write everything down. So anyway, on that note, if you stuck out this far, thank you very much, and till next time, cheers.